Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. And now, celebrating 15 years of broadcasting, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM. We welcome you all back to our program. Also, those tuning in to our online affiliates around the world, including our iHeartRadio family. We're glad to have all of you with us as well. We're excited to welcome back to our program today recording artist Iyse Gibson. We're going to talk to Iyse not only about his own love of music, but also how he continues to be able to share that with all of you. Now, the last time that Iyse was on with us, we talked about one of his newest singles called Keep It King. You guys will be hearing that single today for those who have not heard it, but we also will be talking about what it's been like for him to not only see the response to the single, but also what the message of that song, Keep It King, means for him and what it's been like for him to see what it means to other people. Now, Iyse has been involved in a lot of great things this year. We'll talk to him about that, as well as let you guys know how you can stay connected with him. But Iyse, hello to you and welcome back to the program, man.
Hey, what's going on, Cyrus?
Hey, man, doing really good. Glad to speak with you again.
Look, I'm so glad to be back at Conversations Live, man. Glad to talk to my buddy.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Well, look, you've definitely been busy, man. It's been a busy 2018 for you. You've been busy since the release of Keep It King, as you've been working on other projects as well. So what has this reflection been like for you, Iyse, as you kind of look at this year and what you've been able to accomplish so far?
Oh, man, it's a blessing, man. You know, I just take everything day by day, first and foremost. Anything that I accomplish, man, in life, I attribute everything to God, because I couldn't do it without Him. You know what I mean? But I will say, man, that the response has been great, man. I mean, the people and the fans and whatnot that have heard the music and heard the song, I just really appreciate all of their support, because I couldn't do anything without them. And I'm just extremely excited, man. I'm excited for what's to come, sorry.
Yeah, right. And I think that's the big thing here. I mean, it's because of the fact that you have been able to, do what you love when it comes to music, and, of course, being able to share that with other people. Does that even make it even more special for you, Iyse, because of the fact that you love what you do so much that other people are loving it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's really special. You gotta love what you do. You gotta love anything that you do, whether it's, for me, it's music. For somebody else, it might be anything. You might braid hair. You might cut grass. You might do anything. But whatever you do, you got to love it. You know what I'm saying? And this is absolutely something that I love. It's dear to my heart.
Right. Well, when you were on the program last time, one of the things that you mentioned to us, that this is something that began quite early for you, even when you were directing the choir as a kid. So music has kind of always been a part of your life. I want to talk about the consistency, though, for you, Iyse. I mean, what do you think has kept it fun for you? Because you're in a competitive industry. You're in an industry that that people can be here today and gone today. What is it that you think has kept you going and kept you moving forward?
Well, one thing about it, man, I don't really look at it as me competing against other artists, man. I that's not how I really look at things. I look at it as I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? My biggest competition is me. You know what I mean? So if that happens to help me to be better or help me to be compared as being better as someone else, then that's cool, and I appreciate that always. You know what I'm saying? But really, that's really my main goal, man. Is just to be better than I was yesterday. So that I think I'm my biggest critic. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always pushing, always striving to be better than I was yesterday. Yeah.
Is that why you don't mind kind of pushing things when it comes to music? Even when people see pictures of you online, they'll see you, with a guitar. They'll see you, in different elements. I mean, is that another thing for you, the importance of not kind of putting yourself in a box, but being willing to explore different things?
Oh, man, yeah, absolutely. I mean, see, as a musician, I started out, my father, started teaching me piano and keyboard and stuff like that, and I grew up around musicians. I grew up around friends who were musicians, You know, I also was Willie Mitchell's understudy and stuff like that. So, you know, when it comes to the music element of it, you know, that was always something that kept me going, you know what I mean? Because I'm a musician first. So I love music of all types, man, whether it's country, rock, whatever. As a producer and a writer, I love to create in all genres. Doesn't matter, gospel, country, R&B, hip-hop, whatever, you know, because I've studied it all.
Right, exactly. And I think that's the other thing too. And that's why I think storytelling is so big for you as well. I've heard other singles that you've been able to do, and you know, even with this single Keep It Keen that we'll be listening to, storytelling is a part of it. Of course, relationships, you're really big on that, but also just about being able to share feelings. I mean, is that also how you see music?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Music is a journey, man, just like your life. You know what I mean? So that's what I talk. You know, that's what I like to talk about. I talk about what we all actually go through, you know, through our day-to-day lives. You know what I'm saying? It may be a thought that we all have at sometimes that we may speak on, we may not, you know. But those are things that I like to talk about and I like to share with my people.
Right, and I think that's it. I mean, I think that's also what people pick up on from you as well, Iyse. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. I'm speaking today with recording artist Iyse Gibson. We're talking with him not only about the musical journey, especially this year, and what it's been like for him to do what he loves, but also, of course, what it's been like for him to share with you. The single you guys are about to hear is called Keep It King. Before we hear the single, Iyse, as I said the last time that you were on with us, we were talking about the single, but I mean, the song, I think, you know, it has a lot of different meanings. Of course, as people listen to it, of course, I think they will think about relationships. But you've kind of expanded on that message. Talk to us about that and how Keep It King has kind of been the way that you kind of have taken the approach to life when it comes to, you know, being straight up with people.
Absolutely, man. I mean, Keep It King it can mean a lot of different things to in particular person at a in particular time. It just depends. I'll give you an example of that. Like, if I told you, Cyrus, I'm gonna keep it king with you, it could be saying, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm gonna tell you what I mean or what I'm feeling. It could mean you know, or even if you say keep it king or keep it queen, it's the same thing either way. Just for both, you know. But
right,
it means it's not just keeping it real. It's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? It's how you take charge of your life. You know what I'm saying? It's how you go after what you want. You gonna keep it king, or you just gonna let it slide by the wayside. You know what I'm saying? That's not how I feel and how I live my life. I gotta keep it king, man. I got to go after what I want, go after what I believe in, you know what I'm saying, and fight for it, you know what I'm saying, because that's what a king does. King is going to take care of he's going to not only take care of his throne, he's going to take care of his people, you know what I mean? So for me, my pride is my family. It's not my ego, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to being a king and keeping it king, I really believe strong in that, man. It's my pride being my family, my fans, my friends. That's my pride.
Right.
I'm going to keep it king with you.
And that's exactly what people are able to see. And as I said, you know, you've expanded this past the music, and even as you were explaining their Iyse, I mean, one of the things I noticed also last year, of course, in different posts that you were making, what was it like for you to kind of see the conversations that were taking place when you would post things online using that moniker, that hashtag Keep It King?
I mean, it's really pretty cool, man. I mean, like I said, everybody has their own take on it, so you know they can definitely you know, it can change. You know, it's just one thing I try to do, man, is I try to stay away from negativity, because of course you're gonna always have some people that are gonna have something negative to say. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you have positive as well, and I like to reinforce that positivity when I see it. You know what I'm saying? That negative aspect, I just kind of let that do what it does, man. I'm gonna keep it king, man. I'm not gonna worry about that.
Right. Well, for those that have not had a chance to hear the single, here's your opportunity. Here's Keep It King by recording artist Iyse Gibson. We'll be back with more of our conversation with Iyse right after this.
Yeah. Let me introduce myself. Life path number 22. My name is Iyse. I'm more than a soldier. You looking for me? Let me tell you who I am. Listen. I'ma keep it king. I'm the one that's gonna always have your back, girl. Whenever that you feel you need a friend. Yeah. I'm the one that's gonna keep it 1,000, girl. I'm gonna always tell you like it is. Yeah. Say, baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? I'ma keep it king with you. Baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? I'ma keep it king with you. K-I-N-G with you. K-I-K-I-N-G with you. K-I-N-G with you. K-I-K-I-N-G with you. I'ma keep it king with you. K-I-N-G with you. K-I-K-I-N-G with you. K-I-N-G with you. K-I-K-I-N-G with you. I'ma keep it king with you. I'm the one that's gon' move like a boss, girl. We can ride clean. We can ride clean. We can buy the Benz. We can buy the Benz. Call me the long lost king of my city. Black youngster Dolph got it, rep the hood with me and I'm going on it. I rep the Memphis 10. Hey, say, baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? I'ma keep it king with you. Baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? You looking for me? Baby, you looking for me? I'ma keep it king with you. K-I-N-G with you. K-I-K-I-N-G with you. K-I-N-G with you, K-I-K-I-N-G with you. I'ma keep it king with you. K-I-N-G with you, K-I-K-I-N-G with you. K-I-N-G with you, K-I-K-I-N-G with you. Yeah, I'ma keep it king. Baby, I'm the one that you need. That's the man in me. I ain't gonna let you down. To be honest, that's the king in me. Baby, I'ma ride for you. Looking for me? I'ma straight ride for you. I'ma keep it king. Baby, I'ma put it all in the open. So if you're looking for a real ass, let me hear you say, baby, you looking for me? Let me hear you say, baby, you looking for me? Say, K-I-N-G with you, K-I-K-I-N-G with you, K-I-N-G with you, K-I-K-I-N-G with you. K-I-N-G with you, K-I-K-I-N-G with you, K-I-N-G with you, K-I-K-I-N-G with you. I'ma keep it king with you.
That again was Keep It King by recording artist Iyse Gibson. We got that through our friends at Amazon.com. You all can get it, of course, through your favorite online retailer, and we'll remind you of that here in just a bit. You know, Iyse, that's another thing that you've been able to explore. I mean, there are a lot of people, as you know, and you probably have met these people out there who talk about what they want to do, but you have been willing to do it. You have music that's available on the online streaming sites to be able to purchase. You're out there doing performances. What does it feel like for you to not only to have had a dream for yourself, but to be living that dream?
Man, I always say, Cyrus, it's a blessing, man. It really is. It's a blessing to be able to do that, but, it's not always easy to do either, you know what I'm saying? Because anything that you want in life, you gotta fight for what you want. You gotta go after it, you know what I mean? Can't just sit back and expect it to come to you. You gotta go get it. That's what my dad always told me. So, I had to keep it king for my pop. And go after that thing, man, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just going after what I believe in.
Yeah. You mentioned the negativity, about staying away from negativity. That's something that, of course, we've talked about a lot on this program, Iyse, and it's becoming a bigger difficulty in some ways because you not only have to do it offline, but also online as well. How important has association been for you, though, as you kind of reflect on where you are? I always believe that, you're better when you're with people who are going to lift you up and push you rather than people that weigh you down. How important has that been for you to realize the people you need to have around you and the people you need to stay away from?
Man, that is tremendously important, man. That's like one of the most important parts of it all, I think, because it all, I've always heard throughout my life that, you want to try to be around like-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a goal that you're trying to set for yourself and you're trying to go get it, and then you got somebody that's in your corner, well, supposedly in your corner, and they're not, they're always negative or always having something negative to say, rather than, it's one thing to have constructive criticism. That's one thing, but it's another thing to have just straight negative, man. Being a hater, bro. Like, come on, we don't need that. There's too much of those out here. You know what I'm saying? If you got that in your corner, man, you got to step away from that, because that'll trickle down into whatever it is that you're doing.
Right, and I think that's it. Have you gotten used to the idea of being a role model?
I think I told you this in the last interview, man. I think you asked me a similar question to that. I don't think you'll ever really get used to it, man. I mean, it's these are all things, man, that I just take in stride. I just try to be myself. I try to keep it king with everybody that I deal with. So, in the midst of, if that considers me to be a role model, then I'm appreciative of being that and having that position, and I'm gonna do my best to uphold that in every way that I possibly can. You know what I mean? Because I do know that I do work with youth. I do work with kids, and I also, I work with adults and grown folks too. You know what I'm saying? It just depends,
right?
On their view of me, and my view of me may be a bit different. I don't look at it that way. I just look at it as I'm being myself. But if that's how they look at it, I appreciate it.
Yeah. And, and I think that's the thing, and the reason why I think it's a question I continue to go back to. I think, and I struggle with this myself, to be quite honest with you, Iyse, because I like to say that I want to be an example of what's possible. The idea of calling myself a role model, I don't necessarily just say I'm a role model, but I mean, I do believe anything I have accomplished, anyone else can do. I do believe that.
Absolutely.
And I have found that, it's funny when I ask that question to other people, because it's like, I think that because of the pressure that comes with it and the responsibility that comes with it, it's not an easy thing to say, yeah, I want you to look at me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing. But on the other hand, though, man, you have achieved so much, man. You have achieved so much, and you continue to push yourself. And I think that is what is an example for people about the importance of pushing yourself towards your dream. Have you ever had a time when you did not think you were on the right path?
Technically, I'm going to say no. And that's because every move that I make, man, I try to pray about it. So, before I take my steps, I ask them to be ordered, you know what I'm saying? So, even I believe that even my mistakes were meant to happen. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way I view things, because that's just all of a part of becoming who I am and who I'm going to be and who God is making me to be. So, I just keep continuously pushing forward because of that fact. So I mean, it's leading me progression. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it, man. Let's go. That's another part of keeping it king. You know what I'm saying? I believe in God, and God is the king of my life. So that's another way that I keep it king too.
Got you. And we know there's a whole lot more for us to look forward to. Again, everyone, recording artist Iyse Gibson has been our guest. Great conversation with you, man. We've been talking with Iyse not only about the journey to where he is today in 2018, but also what's left for him to come. And so with that being said, Iyse, we talked about what it's been like for you to reflect on this year. We know there's a lot of great things coming up. What should our audience be looking out for?
Man, I got some new music that's coming. I got some singles. I got an album that's in the works. I got a whole lot of stuff, man, that's coming right now. You know what I mean? All I really want you guys to do, man, is to just stay tuned. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or any social media sites you have. Iyse, Iyse Gibson. I will follow you back, and I'll try my best to make sure I keep in contact with my people and my fans, man.
All right. So make sure you're definitely following him on social media, staying connected with him, looking out, as you said, for a lot of great projects. Congratulations to you, Iyse, man. Really appreciate the time. Glad to be able to get you back on the program and to share with our audience, especially now our radio audience that was added since the last time you were on with us. And man, looking forward to our next conversation together, man.
Man, you best believe it, man. Y'all stay tuned to my boy Cyrus Webb, man. Conversations Live is more to come. You know what it is. Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You all make it a great one.